Locally in the Gaza Strip, we are facing many of complicated and overlapped, prolonged challenges and problems in all sectors because of the political circumstances and the closure of the border and the occupation perpetrated and the wars and the escalations perpetrated against the Palestinian people many times, which systematically prepared to destroy our infrastructure. In addition to the population growth rate in the Gaza Strip, which exceed many times what we proposed in the beginning of our planning and the strategic planning, we are increased more than 70,000 people yearly. In addition to the economic situation, it's very deteriorated recently, within the recent decade, or let me say 15 years ago, we faced many of problems related to the donors and the strategic projects which can be implemented in the Gaza Strip, but because of the political issues, it's hindered already, and in all sectors. The water and environmental, let me say, sector facing the same problems according to the pollution and the consumption of the resources. Because of the closure, as we said, and because of these problems, the electricity deficits in the Gaza Strip, and according to the using of non-clear or unclear and unrenewable resources of energy, the electricity in the Gaza Strip relying before completely or on the burning of the fossil fuel and the organic material like diesel, gas, or coal in sometimes. All of this electricity is unclean, and burning of diesel or unsafe, let me say, raw material, organic material, produce more than 700 gram of carbon dioxide per each kilowatt electricity produced for the people. And this source is unsustainable or unsustainable for the people. The people face many problems nowadays, and currently we are not seeing the electricity more than 10 hours daily. Many of vital facilities and vital, let me say, components of the environment and health and education in the Gaza Strip face a very devastated or exacerbated problems regarding the electricity. Looking for natural, continuous or sustainable resources of electricity, relying on solar, photovoltaic cells and renewable solar energy is something very promising and a very good and active and effective solution for the people upon their home scale needs of the electricity. Many of people now understand how much this electricity produced from clean resources will participate in solving their problems. And according to the national strategies within the Water Authority and ECA, Environmental Quality Authority, and let me say the governmental strategies in Palestine as whole, I mean West Bank and Gaza Strip, now rethink again toward produce electricity according or depending on renewable energy, or let me say renewable resources of energy, such as solar energy. In addition to all of that, the Gaza Strip is a part of this international community, and we are sharing the international global goals toward in decreasing the problems of climate change, which affect all of the world actually adversely, and mainly the most let me say fragile or vulnerable people and poor communities will be affected larger than the strong countries. Climate change changed because of the greenhouse gases which are produced from the burning of organic material, and all of these unclean resources for this energy will be the most important issues to be recycled, or let me say reuse something else to produce electricity or clean electricity to keep the life on the world, fauna and the flora. I mean, the natural resources, the life on the earth will be protected by clean energy, relying or depending on natural resources such as the solar energy, and in addition to that, the wind and hydropower and the geothermal power and other natural resources. Nowadays, the international scientists and researchers or research centers in the world walk very, very, let me say, steps toward this concept, if I can say that. If I can say something very important to be added in this issue, if we divided the number of people in the Gaza Strip upon the area, 2,200,000 people divided on 367 square kilometer, we will reach more than 6,000 people live in each square kilometer. It's considered as the most or one of the most crowded area globally. So we have to think again many times in two parallel ways. The first one, the consumption of resources, and the second one, the production of pollution, the contamination. In the Gaza Strip, we have more than 350 lighting day yearly. It's very important in solar energy science, and we can effectively and efficiently use the solar energy to produce for all of us the electricity. And we have the floor, or let me say the needed area in sometimes, and in addition to the open area, but we have the wastewater treatment plants and other unused areas in many places to produce the electricity. And the home scale as the own homes for the families can be used for the solar energy and photovoltaic cells to be used for the sunlight collection and to produce the electricity. I have to say something very important. This issue in the Gaza Strip considered in the beginning, and the people now, capacity building for the people and awareness toward the using of this electricity is worked and running now. The development in this sector is running, and the people become more and more aware about according to the cost benefit analysis of these projects. Maybe in the first step, it will be very expensive, but by time it will gain, or it will give you the revenues because it's a sustainable source, cheap source. The solar energy is for all of the body, all of the people. Nobody will pay or for the solar energy, but just you want or you have to implement or to install your apparatus or your equipment in the first step, and then you will see the electricity in your home most of the day time. In addition to that, the natural and the vital, let me say, sectors in the Gaza Strip, which suffer from a lot of problems related to the electricity deficit and electricity outage. The health care units and water and wastewater treatment plants and desalination plants, and in addition to the educational centers, which face many of the problems during the night and the light day or the daylight because of the electricity problems. I think the coming years will face or will witness a very let me say yes, and the clear steps toward renewable energy by the political and economic and psychosocial problems that we face in the Gaza Strip. In addition to that, the benefits for the environment will be achieved by the way. No. I agree with you in sometimes, but in another way, we have homes, and our home, not like European and American cities, their home or their houses have a sharp floor or the end floor, but we have a flat floor surface, yes, big surface, and everybody can install the solar photovoltaic solar energy system on their home, and they have the ability to distribute electricity for the other houses. No, we have the electricity, the electricity upon solar energy need for the surfaces, okay, but we have our surfaces in our homes. This is a fact. I am as environmentalist, I have and I must be agree with for solar energy. So we have to rethink again to develop the capacity and the effectiveness of solar watt as cells. The cells to be maximized by the effectiveness and efficiency to gather the light more than what we see now in the markets. But because of the large scale of the factories in our strip and in every way, I saw them in Belgium, in France, in Netherlands, in many developed countries, they have their own floors, they have their own barracks or hangars, and they used already the surface of their facilities to gather the solar energy. Nowadays, I am a member of or a side or a part of the big projects, wastewater treatment projects, and we are going to install a solar energy system for treating the wastewater in the northern area to produce more than 350,000 cubic meter of treated wastewater to be used in irrigation. The solar energy there we will produce more than 3.7 to 7 megawatt electricity by solar energy to let me say operate the facility and to produce electricity for the farmers in the same way, in the same time. For sure, but we face many problems now in the electricity company because they don't develop the in-grid mechanism to receive the exceeded electricity from the house. If they produce or if they develop this item to receive the
reuse.
Yes, to reuse the exceeded electricity from their use,
Yes,
because
the
I have
surplus.
the surplus electricity from the homes and the owners, the private sector, it will be very benefit for them. And if I travel outside and abroad of the Gaza Strip, my system will gain for me money. So I saw that in Belgium as example. The owners, the private sector, and the owners of the solar energy can sell their electricity for the national company.